Hello everyone, I am Rajesh Singh and along with Subrat, we are excited to present our final project on developing an information security plan for Acme Corporation. This crucial step in strengthening Acme's security postures. Let's see the introduction. Cybersecurity risks are rising and companies like Acme must be proactive. With an increasing remote workforce and growing digital operations, Acme faces significant cybersecurity threats. So our ISP will provide structured approach to mitigate risks, ensure compliance, and protect sensitive data of Acme Corporation. Why Acme needs ISP? Acme is at critical juncture. The company is expanding, but this can lead to the some of common or even expensive cybersecurity risks. So the key business risks include remote workforce risks like increased in phishing, credential threat, and endpoint vulnerabilities. As Acme works in hurricane-prone location, so the data loss and downtime risks are more. With the growing workforce, there could be a higher insider threats and onboard security gaps. In manufacturing sector risks, which can be targeted by a ransomware attack, supply chain attacks, and IoT vulnerabilities. Let's see the financial justification about it. A ransomware attack cost around $2.5 million per incident, with the implement on ISP, which cost only $100K to prevent it. Compliance violation, which can fine up to $1 million, with the compliance measure cost, which can cost up to $50K per year. One of the case study was Colonial Pipeline attack in 2021. Due to poor security controls, a single ransomware attack crippled US fuel supply and resulted in $4.4 ransom payment. Acme must act on now in approving and investing in an ISP and prevent similar disasters. Cybersecurity risks and evolving threat landscape. Let's examine the biggest cybersecurity threats facing by Acme. The cybersecurity risk, the threat are categorized into internal and external. Internal, which can include insider threats, unpatched systems, and employee negligencies. External threats like ransomware attacks, phishing, supply chain attacks, and hurricanes as functioning from hurricane-prone locations. Considering the above threats, the financial impact could be like example ransomware, which can cost up to $2.5 million average loss. With an ISP implementation, the prevention applied like MFA endpoint security, which can cost up to $50K. Supply chain attack can cost up to 3 to 5 million losses. With the ISP, the prevention, the vendor risk assessment can be done, which can cost up to $25K. Phishing attacks to the Acme company can lose up to $5 million on an average. So the prevention can be applied like security awareness training, which can cost up to $20K. One of the case study in 2019 was Norsk's Hydro ransomware attack, which costed a company $25 million due to the halted production. This shows why preventive security is very critical. Hence, Acme must adopt best practices like NIST, ISO 27001, and CISSP to mitigate these risks, which should be notified to the leadership about the above discussed investment that could enhance their cybersecurity threat landscape. Moving to securing Acme's remote workforce. Remote work introduced serious vulnerabilities. Without strong security policies, Acme risks the data breaches, ransomware attacks, and compliance violation. The remote workforce security risk, which includes majorly are unsecured home networks, BYOD phishing attacks, and lack of training. This should be implemented with security measurements like MFA and VPN, endpoint security, zero trust access controls, and regulatory cybersecurity training. Also, the policies should be in place in Acme. Those are remote work security policy, which defines employee responsibilities, data handling and encryption guidelines, which secures file storage and transfers, incident response plan, how an employee or employees report security incidents. One of the example we'll take here was phishing attack, which led to the major account compromise in Twitter company due to remote work breach. This highlights the need of strict remote work policies. Therefore, Acme leadership must enforce these security controls for the safer remote work environment. Next is access control and identity management. Here, to prevent unauthorized access, Acme must implement strict identity and access management policies. The best practices are role-based access control, where employees only access data which are required as per their job. MFA, multi-factor authentications, which are mandatory for all logins. Privileged access management (PAM), which limits the administrative access. Regular access audits, which prevents the excessive privileges. By implementing the above-mentioned controls, Acme reduces insider threats and unauthorized access risks. Regulatory compliance and industry standardization. Cybersecurity compliance is not optional, it is a business necessity for the Acme. Acme must align with the security frameworks like NIST CSF, which define the risk management and security policies. ISO 27001, which establishes a structured security management system. CISSP, which covers access control, encryptions, and risk management. Here, I would like to mention a real world example. Due to non-compliance with the privacy laws in Amazon, which led to a massive financial losses where GTP fined them with $746 million in 2021. So Acme must adhere to these frameworks and mitigate risks and avoid costly penalties. Business continuity and disaster preparedness. As Acme operates in hurricane prone region, a business continuity plan should be in place. The business plan should be in four steps: risk assessment, where identify the critical risks; business impact analysis, which evaluates the potential disruptions; incident response and backup plan, which defines clear recovery steps; testing and continuous improvement, regular update and test recovery procedures. By implementing a strong BCP, Acme ensures operations remain functional and even during the disasters. Coming to stakeholder confidence and competitive advantage. Cybersecurity is not just protecting data, it builds a trust between investors, consumers, and the company. By this, it will strengthen the Acme's reputation. Those are customer trust. Client prefer business with strong security measures. Cybersecurity compliance attracts investors. Operational efficiencies. Reduces downtime and improve business continuity. A proactive security strategies gives Acme a competitive advantage in today's digital company. Information security plan. Here there are four stages. In developing a robust information security plan requires a structured approach. We propose four phases of ISP development for Acme: risk analysis and framework selection, which identify threats and align with NIST and ISO 27001. Drafting policies, which establishes security policies, including remote workforce, BYOD, and vendor security. Implementing and trainings, which deploy security controls like MFA, endpoint protection, and network segmentation. Testing and continuous monitoring. Conduct regular audits, incident response drills, and compliance reviews. By following this plan, Acme will enhance the security resilience, ensure compliance, and mitigate risks. I will hand it over to Subrat going forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajesh, for the presentations. Let me continue from here, from the governance and risk management. So for this requirement, we need to define the responsibilities for these executives, then IT people, then HR person. Person need to define this risk assessment table where we can define the likelihood versus the impact matrix. As you see, the departmental involvement and support is needed. Here you can create one RASI matrix. The RASI framework defines the responsible, accountable, and then consult and inform. So here, for HR people, you can say it is required to have the security training, and for IT people, it is required for the responsibility of network protection. For legal people, it is required to look into this compliance oversight. For C-suite, it is required to have this risk management approval. So here are the key strategies for this network security and endpoint protection. Securing SCM's network and endpoints is critical for preventing cyber threats. A layered security approach using firewalls, intrusion detection systems, and endpoint protection tools mitigate risk. Network enhancement leverages zero trust, segmentation, and encrypted VPNs to safeguard data. Robust endpoint security is achieved through EDR or XDR, timely patching, and comprehensive anti-malware measures. A real-world case study emphasizes the importance of multi-factor authentication, continuous monitoring, and strict access control. So here are the key strategies for data protection and privacy policies. Protecting ACM's data is crucial for compliance and customer trust, requiring strong security policies. Key strategies include data classification, encryption, secure retention or disposal, and cloud security controls. The Facebook Cambridge Analytica scandal highlights the need for strict privacy policies and user consent enforcement. Immediate action includes enforcing encryption, ensuring regulatory compliance, auditing access, and training employees on data security. Incident response and disaster recovery, IRP and DRP. Incident response plan has six-step process. Starts from detect, then analyze, then contain, then eradicate, then recover, and then report. The key goals of this disaster recovery plan is to recover time objective, then recovery point objective, then regular testing, and then backlog strategies. Security awareness and employee training. Employee security training is crucial as 90% of the breaches involve human error. Then there is from the report based on this variation 2023. Making employees the first line of defense. SCME's security training plan includes cybersecurity basics and phishing simulation and secure coding to mitigate risk. Interactive strategies like gamification, rewards, phishing drills enhance engagement and effectiveness. Department involvement and support needed. Executive leadership, the governance, and the IT and security team, then HR, legal and compliance, then finance, operations, and marketing. We'll discuss about governance and executive support in cybersecurity. Why governance matters. Cybersecurity is a business risk require leadership, buy-in for funding and policy enforcement. Compliance with NIST, ISO 27001, GDPR, and CCPA needs executive oversight to align security with business goals. Key executives plays critical roles like CEO approved strategy, then CISO leads risk management, CFO allocates budget, HR train employees, and legal ensure compliance. A security governance framework includes steering committee, risk management, and incident response planning. Success metrics include 98% compliance scores, then quarterly risk review, and response time under 2 hours for attack. Next step, form a steering committee, conduct quarterly audits, enforce executive training, and allocate a dedicated cybersecurity budget. Now let's discuss about the compliance monitoring and continuous improvement. Cyber threats constantly evolve, making continuous improvement essential for security and compliance. SCME's compliance strategy includes quarterly audit, annual penetration testing, real-time monitoring, and biannual policy review to stay ahead of risk. Success is measured by reducing security incident, let's say below 30%, detecting threats in under 5 minutes, and maintaining 98% compliance score, ensuring a proactive approach to cyber resilience. In the conclusion and call to action, key takeaways are incident response and DRP ensures quick recovery from cyber incident. Security awareness training empowers employees against threats. Compliance monitoring strengthens SCME's security posture. Continuous improvement prevents emerging cyber risk. Next steps for SCME. Implement a company-wide ISP with IRP and DRP. Regularly train employees on security best practices. Conduct quarterly compliance audit and risk assessment. Secure executive support for cybersecurity investment. ACM's proactive approach will safeguard its future and enhance business resilience. Thank you.